as you're trying to figure out areas of Tampa to relocate to, and there's so many areas and really great areas. One in particular that I wanted to focus on today is Wesley Chapel and kind of let you know some things you need to know. But mainly, I just kind of wanted to do an overview of Wesley Chapel. I haven't done that here yet, and it's a cool little town. It's about 45 minutes north of Tampa, and yeah, let's just start. Let's dive in. Let's get to it. Hey everybody, I'm Emily. I'm a licensed real estate agent here in the state of Florida, and I live in the Tampa St. Pete area. And this channel is dedicated to all things living, working, playing, sleeping, eating, and especially the real estate market here in Central Florida. So if that resonates with you, would you mind going ahead and clicking that subscribe button and that notification bell for me? I'd really appreciate it. And I've been helping lots of people on YouTube, all you guys that have been reaching out to me, getting a conversation going and helping with your relocation plan, and it's been really fun. All of you guys are just really kind of cool. It's kind of making new friends on top of it. Bonus! So if you would like some help with your relocation plan and to just sort of understand the Tampa market, Tampa St. Pete market a little bit more, I would love to help you. But I can't help you if you don't reach out. So click my links below. You can text me, you can call me, you can email me, but even more importantly, you can jump on my calendar and we can have a 30-minute consultation. So today, I really wanted to go over Wesley Chapel with you a little bit more. I wanted to take a look at a map and kind of show you some areas of interest, some communities, and some things that you might not know. Maybe you already know, but giving you my purview of Wesley Chapel. And so let me show you on the map Wesley Chapel. All right, so let's talk about Tampa really quick. So obviously Tampa proper is right here, and you've got the airport right there. And Wesley Chapel is you head up 275. So we're gonna head up the map to 275, where 75 and 275 meet, and that is over here in the northeast part of Tampa called Wesley Chapel. Now Wesley Chapel was not really around when I was here. It's a newer community. Zephyr Hills was the area that kind of took over this whole chunk of land right in here. So you might find some homes that are technically Wesley Chapel, but the zip code might still say Zephyr Hills. That's just the Postal Service is still identifying that area as some parts of that area as Zephyr Hills. There's two distinct differences between Wesley Chapel and Zephyr Hills. Zephyr Hills is going to be more rural, definitely more rural. They have not really caught up yet to the advanced communities like Wesley Chapel did. But Zephyr Hills, if you're looking for some land, maybe you want a little bit of a ranch lifestyle, there's some farming, there's definitely RV parks and trailer parks and that sort of thing. More unincorporated neighborhoods still in Zephyr Hills. But the great thing about Zephyr Hills is that it's really just about 10 minutes down the road from Wesley Chapel. And Wesley Chapel, the main hub of Wesley Chapel really is from 54 to 75 and then to 56. This little corridor right in here. That's where all the goodies are, all these amazing communities. So I would like to share with you some of the master plan communities that I've been to myself, I've been turning other clients onto. There's the Esplanade, there's Watergrass, there's Bexley. I'm trying to think of other ones that I've been into recently, Del Webb, and then Epperson, which we're gonna talk about. So if master plan communities are something that you're interested in, Wesley Chapel is for sure going to be that for you. Now, when you're thinking about living in Wesley Chapel, and if you have to get to Tampa International Airport, you're going to have to realize there's a bit of a commute. Again, about a 45-minute commute. But if there's some traffic, it could take you up to an hour. So keep that in mind if you need to get anywhere south of town. You're also a good 45 minutes, probably, again, going straight across the map to any beach. Your closest beach is probably gonna be over here, Sunset Beach in Tarpon Springs. So you can see from this area to here, that's a bit of a trek. But if you don't really need to be up close and personal to a beach, Wesley Chapel is a really great option. Some of the things that these master plan communities offer are, of course, you get the community vibe, you get community activities, you get what I would call a clubhouse. I think there's a better term for it, but basically, the like community center where there might be some spa features. That's what's kind of cool. Some of these areas have spa features, which totally sells me, by the way. Not to mention they have amazing pools with cabanas and outdoor grills, and they might even have pickleball and volleyball and tennis and playgrounds, and kids can ride their bikes very freely on the sidewalks and not have to worry too much about traffic or that sort of thing. And you can be inside these little communities, and then once you get outside the communities, you have some great shopping, which we're going to get to in a moment. So some of these planned communities, you must realize they are definitely going to have HOAs and they're going to have CDDs. And obviously you've got to pay for these community features. If you are looking, which some of my clients are looking for some of these unincorporated areas, you're going to have to go a little bit more north of Wesley Chapel, even up here near Epperson. Some of this community up here is going to be where you're going to find unincorporated communities, as well as you get closer to Sever Hills. Not to mention, if you keep going north, the area of San Antonio and Dade City, those are areas that are starting to get developed. They're still pretty rural, they're still pretty rough, but you can find some unincorporated areas there, maybe some communities that you can find a really good house and you can park your RV or your boat in front of your garage. So let's go back down and let's focus in on Epperson. Epperson is this huge community development. It's got about 10 different builders inside of it, and look at that. I'm gonna show you a little bit more of this water park that they've developed. They've called the Epperson Lagoon, and it's really cool. It's a bit of an oasis, and they were really smart by doing that, because again, as you can see, you're pretty far from any big water park or a beach. If you went south on 75 down in this area, so you have to go all the way down in here, Busch Gardens and all that, Adventure Island is down in here. Adventure Island, you see that there? And that's the Botanical Gardens. Busch Gardens is right there. It is. Busch Gardens and Adventure Island. So you can see it's still a bit of a trek to anything like that. So they were really smart about putting something like that up here where people can access it, and especially the people that are in the community can access it. But if you're not in the community, you can access it. You just have to pay. People in the community have to pay a little bit as well. I think that's part of their CDDs. So love Epperson. It's beautiful. And also some of these other little communities down here that I love. I really love the area between 56 and 54, right in here. This is a really great area. The Esplanade at Wiregrass, stunning. Love it. It's one of the areas that I send people to the most. I also send people to Winding Ridge. Sorry, my thing is popping up. Winding Ridge. And there's a few others, but if that's something that you're interested in, you can send me a message or a comment and I can help you out with that. So another great thing about Wesley Chapel is there's plenty to do. Great shopping. Probably some of the best shopping besides Tampa. The shops at Wiregrass right here on State Road 56. And then you've got the Grove, which, let me see on my map, where's the Grove? The Grove is up here a little bit, right off of 75, and they've got tons of shops in there as well with this little area called Crate, and Crate has a bunch of like this cool sort of, let me click some of the photos. So as you can see, they've kind of created this really cool outdoor venue with some eateries, and they have activities out there. It's really fun. So the Grove has a bunch of those big box stores as well. And you've got restaurants like Sonny's Barbecue. If you like barbecue, that's really one of our best and most popular barbecue restaurants, and you've got that up there as well. Of course, you've got your Starbucks. And right, also, I wanted to talk about Saddlebrook Resort. Saddlebrook is also a community. It's also got a spa, and it's got some like apartment kind of resort options, as well as golf, of course. It's sitting on a golf course. So you can't go wrong with the Saddlebrook area, and even there's some Saddle Creek Manor and Saddlebrook Village West communities that also, have that same vibe. That's really, really awesome. I wish I could find a better word, but it's awesome. And so shopping is not a problem in Wesley Chapel. You've got great stuff. And I really like the shops at Wiregrass because it's open air and easy access to all of the shops, and you have tons of restaurant options. From the shops at Wiregrass, if you wanted to head over to the Tampa Premium Outlets, it's just right across the way. So you would go down 56 over this way, cross 75, and there they are. And this little hub right in here has a ton of hotels and restaurants, as well as great shopping. Ford's Garage is over there, Total Wine & More, Hobby Lobby, Costco, not to mention all of the amazing premium outlet shopping that you would have at your fingertips right there. So as you can see, you're not going to be missing much living in Wesley Chapel, even though it's outside of the Tampa proper area. And it's just got its own great family feel. It's very suburban. It's very clean, open. The air quality is great. Like, it really is sort of a little bit of a magical area. And a lot of people live in Wesley Chapel and they don't leave it for good reason. So if you're like me and you like nature and hiking and biking, and you and your family or your significant other are into that, we have great options up that way. Personally, my boyfriend and I go to the Flatwoods Park, and a lot of people in Tampa will take the trek all the way up to actually go ride their bike in that area. It's very woodsy. It's flat and has really great terrain to ride your bike on, and it's just beautiful. And I'll have to check how long it is, but it's a pretty great trail. And as you can see, all the trails are popping up here on my map. You have lots of options when it comes to nature hikes, biking, that sort of thing. And some of these parks will actually have jungle gyms in them as well. So if you've got little ones and you need to get them to have, they don't necessarily want to walk far, there's things to do. There's also a bunch of different facilities around Wesley Chapel for kids' events. There's a couple sporting complexes that are sprinkled around Wesley Chapel. You've got the New Tampa Sports Complex right here, and then the New Tampa Sports Complex, Wiregrass Sports Campus. You've got tons of things. This is called Speed Stars Track Running Club. Like, if you just Googled it, right here, you have a lot to do. You might be thinking, well, I'm far away from the beach and we like to do outdoors, but if you don't really need the beach on a weekend basis all the time, there's plenty to do in the Wesley Chapel area. And so really, Wesley Chapel, you can't go wrong. The houses in that area are, again, pretty much the same as you're gonna find in Tampa. The better the house, the higher the price. Some, you can be in a neighborhood where you have a $400,000 house and you can go down the street and there's $1 million house. Just depends on the community, and it depends on what you're looking for. Again, the biggest thing that people ask me about is those unincorporated neighborhoods, and can you park your RV or your toys in the front? And sorry, those master plan communities are not going to allow for that. And they may actually have some pet weight restrictions as well. So if there is a community that you want to hone in on, and I would talk to your agent or ask me, I'd be glad to help you out. And I can help you understand if that community is going to benefit you and your family. And if you have some large dogs or if you have some toys, you might have to look a little outside of that main area of Wesley Chapel and go a little bit more towards Zephyr Hills or go a little bit north. So Wesley Chapel to me is a really great option if you and your family are looking for a little bit more of that suburban lifestyle in a cleaner neighborhood. Again, those master plan communities, don't forget they're going to have those HOAs, and a lot of times they're going to have the CDDs, depending on how old the community is. If you're looking for something like that, I highly recommend Wesley Chapel. You really can't go wrong. Great restaurants, great shopping, great nature areas, things to do with the family. It's really, really becoming high on everybody's list as an option because, as we all know, Tampa is becoming this hot area in the housing market, and you've got to have some alternatives other than South Tampa or West Chase or even the beaches. And I think Wesley Chapel could provide a really great home for you. So again, as always, I would appreciate it if you enjoyed this content, you would click that like button and that subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. And if you have anything to add or you have any questions about Wesley Chapel, I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget, you can always comment below. And if you're looking to relocate and maybe it's not Wesley Chapel, maybe you're looking at another area, I can help you with that as well. I'm here to help. I've been helping a lot of people on YouTube, and it's really a joy for me to help people. Being a real estate agent, it is very much a blessing that I get to help you find a home that you and your family get to enjoy for many years. And so I take that very seriously, and I take it very seriously when I talk to you and your family about where you want to live and getting a plan together. And I'd really love to do that for you. So don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here for you. So have a great one, everybody. Again, I really appreciate you checking out my channel. And until next time, bye-bye.